Hare Krishna. Are you chasing love and happiness but always falling short? That is because true love and true happiness is not what the world has taught you. In this video, I will expose the biggest lie that we have been told about happiness and love and show you the path that will lead you to your true purpose and ultimate fulfillment in life. There are three things that everyone is searching for: eternal life, knowledge, and happiness. These three things are common to all human beings. Eternal life. We all desire to live and avoid death. Much of what we do in life revolves around staying healthy, avoiding illness, and escaping the inevitability of aging and death. This fundamental drive stems from our survival instinct, which is common to all living beings. Even the smallest creatures, like an ant, demonstrate this instinct. If you try to touch an ant, it will instinctively maneuver around your finger, doing its best to protect itself. The key difference between humans and animals is that a human can search for knowledge while an animal cannot. If we analyze human civilization, we are seeking knowledge which helps us to pursue unending happiness and the elimination of suffering. Science and spirituality have the same goal, but their approaches differ significantly. Science and technology seek to enhance happiness and alleviate suffering through external methods, often yielding temporary results. Spiritual knowledge, however, aims to bring a change within and furnishes a permanent solution for our search for eternal life and happiness. Happiness. We all seek happiness. Every living being has an inherent drive to search for happiness. This natural tendency is present from birth and is not learned or acquired. Regardless of whether one is educated, wealthy, religious, or not, all beings seek happiness and avoid suffering. Animals, birds, and even plants show an instinct to avoid discomfort and pursue favorable conditions. Based on this, we can infer that the search for happiness is intrinsic, it is natural to the soul or the Atma. No one says that they do not want to live or learn more or be happy. These desires are universal. We all want to live eternally. But why? We do not live just for the sake of living. Mere existence alone is not enough. We want a life filled with happiness and bliss. And if life was full of miseries and suffering, who would want to endure such life? Therefore, when a person loses hope for gaining bliss, he feels like committing suicide, and some people actually do it. Trees can live incredibly long lives, but do we dream of being like a tree, just standing still, inert without joy or excitement? Of course not. We are wired to seek happiness because that's the very essence of what it means to live. There are two ways to derive happiness. The first one is from the contact of the senses with the favorable sense object. While this type of happiness feels satisfying in the moment, it's fleeting and in the long run often becomes a source of dissatisfaction or even misery. This is stated by Krishna to Arjuna. Yei sambharsha jaboga dukkha yonya evate adi anta anta kaunteya nateshu ramate buddha. An intelligent person does not take part in the source of misery, which are due to contact with the material senses. O son of Kunti, such pleasures have a beginning and an end, and so the wise man does not delight in them. Material sense pleasure is due to contact with the material senses, which are all temporary because the body itself is temporary. And a liberated soul is not interested in such a pleasure which is of temporal nature. Krishna also enlightens Arjuna about another type of happiness. Bhaya sparsheva shaktatma vidati atmani yat sukham sabrahma yoga yuktatma sukham akshayam ashnute. Such a liberated person is not attracted to material sense pleasure, but is always in trance, enjoying the pleasure within. In this way, the self-realized person enjoys unlimited happiness, for he concentrates on the Supreme. The biggest problem is that we are searching for happiness in inert matter. If we take sugar and analyze the essence of sugar, we find that it is sweet. When we analyze the essence of salt, we find that it is salty. Various objects have certain qualities, and we can only extract the quality that is found in them. Happiness is a quality found only in life. It is found not in inert matter. Only living beings have the quality of happiness, so we can conclude that nothing material can give us happiness. Though material objects can give us temporary pleasure and happiness, it does not endure. The two biggest pleasures that we can find in the material world comes from food and sex. But one cannot eat unlimitedly or go on enjoying sex without break. Pleasure can also come from fame and power, but these are far from permanent. Many famous celebrities often struggle with loneliness, depression, and addiction to intoxications, as the thrill of fame and power becomes unsustainable. So, where is true happiness found then? The clue to this answer could be found from the research done by Harvard from 1938. This is the longest running research till date on what makes us happy. The 1938 Harvard study on adult development, one of the longest running studies on human happiness, revealed that meaningful relationships are the most significant factor in achieving a fulfilling life. The study followed 724 participants over 80 years, assessing their physical health, mental well-being, careers, and relationships. We may think that money gives us happiness, but even the money that we wish to earn and accumulate is nothing but a means to help us nurture the loving relationships that we are having in our lives. We may have wealth, possessions, strength, and fame, but without love, life feels empty and unfulfilled. Therefore, true happiness comes from loving relations. This is what we are yearning for deep within. After our basic survival needs of food and shelter are satisfied, we are looking for love. Love is what is missing in our lives. Why do people keep pets? Because there is a need for love and exchanging of love. We want to live as long as there is love. The real purpose of life is love, and the exchange of love is what brings us happiness. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, Prema dhana vina vyartha dharitra jivan dasakari vetna more deha prema dhana. Without love of Godhead, my life is useless. Therefore, I pray that you accept me as your servant and give me the salary of aesthetic love of Godhead. Love is the greatest attraction for all human beings. Love is the basic need of all living entities. We are all searching for true love because it is true love that leads us to the greatest amount of happiness. We all are yearning for this love, wanting to be loved and wanting to share this love. There are two ways to love. One is in connection with God and one is independent of God. Atmendriya priti vancha thare bhali kama, Krishnendriya priti icha dhare prema nama. The desire to gratify one's own sense is kama, lust, but the desire to please the senses of Lord Krishna is prema, love. The desire to please one's senses, kama, lust, remains at the material level, no matter how intense such a love may be. The second one is spiritual, prema. The first one will bind you to karma of the material world, and the second one will make one free from karma, and liberation is guaranteed. In the first chapter of Bhagavad Gita, Arjuna is expressing the first type of love and Krishna is disapproving it. In world history, there are many examples of the first type of love, such as Romeo and Juliet, Laila and Majnu, Jack and Rose of Titanic, and people are very fascinated by it. From a spiritual perspective, such love holds little value. However, if Romeo and Juliet had viewed their love in relation to God, their bond would have been sanctified and their God-centered love would have ultimately liberated them. The second type of love is loving God, which is known as prema. When you love God, you are able to love everyone. The foundation of peace is love. Can one truly find peace without love? If we have love for God, then we also have love for His creation and created beings, because He is the center of all relationships. Without love for God, our ability to love others remains incomplete, as we are disconnected from the true source. This is true love. We are lovesick in the material world and we are trying to satisfy this anger with material pursuits. By seeking fulfillment in fleeting relationships and temporary pleasures, they only invite inevitable suffering, and our attachment to such love brings more suffering than relish which we hope for. Now, back to the first type of love, which is known as karma, lust. In the material world, our experience of love is nothing but a distorted reflection of the true love which is found in the spiritual world with Krishna. Material love is inherently conditional. It fluctuates based on circumstances. When conditions are met, love seems to flourish. But when they fail, it fades. In material relationships, we are trying to use and exploit each other. It is a type of business transaction. As long as the business runs fine, the business continues. However, when one partner is getting more than the other feels exploited and it breaks. The person whom we are loving, we are only loving for our own pleasure. Our partner is also loving us for his or her own pleasure. We are trying to extract pleasure from others because we are incomplete. We seek association of others to complete us. This is why we seek out our other half to complete our existence. We say, I have fallen in love, but we also fall out of love very quickly. Why do we fall out of love? This is because it is not true love. The love we are trying to experience is self-centered and not God-centered. Any relationship which does not have God in the center will not be fulfilling or lasting. As long as we lack true love in our lives, we remain unhappy, unsatisfied, and disturbed. We experience fear, anxiety, and may even exploit or harm others in an attempt to fill the void. All bad qualities will manifest in us. Hence, true love and happiness comes not from material objects or material relationships, but from spiritual relationship with God. Now let's analyze the second type of love, which is called prema, spiritual love for Krishna. Krishna's love is spiritual. It is unconditional. It is unconditional because Krishna himself is the embodiment of love, full and complete in it. It is said in the Bible that God is love because God has no demands from you. He is self-satisfied, self-fulfilled, complete in himself. Purna Brahma Sanatanam. Krishna is complete, but we are incomplete. Since Krishna is full in himself, he has all the love to give us without any expectation. He is the perfect being, full of 6 opulences. He has no desire for himself. He wants to give his love to us all. Love means to give. Even in material love, we can see how much the mother sacrifices and gives to her child, and she feels satisfaction making the child happy. Most love in the material world revolves around extracting pleasure from the other person. Often, we hesitate to give our love fully, fearing it won't be reciprocated, or it might be misused, or that we'll end up feeling shortchanged. But when we offer our love to Krishna, he returns it in infinite measure, far beyond anything we could ever expect. Srila Prabhupada said, if you make your friendship with Krishna, that will never break. If you make your master Krishna, you'll never be cheated. If you love Krishna as your son, he'll never die. Similarly, if you love Krishna as your lover or husband, he will be the best husband, the best lover. True love is originally love of God. When we develop love for God, all problems in life are solved. Whether it is family, societal, economic, or health issues, they all stem from a lack of love for God. The love meant for God is being misdirected into the illusory material world, creating dissatisfaction and imbalance. There is no true love without loving God. But who is that God? Who is that Bhagavan that we are meant to love? The Vishnu Purana defines Bhagavan. Aishwaryasya samagrasya virasya yashasa shriya jnana vairagayostaiva sanam bhagayati ghana. Bhagavan, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, is thus defined by Parashara Muni as one who is full in 6 opulences, who has full strength, fame, wealth, knowledge, beauty, and renunciation. When you find these 6 opulences presented in a personality in full, then he is known as God. And Krishna is known as Bhagavan because he possesses all these 6 qualities in him. incomplete. The word Krishna also means all attractive. His attractiveness is manifested in wealth, beauty, knowledge, strength, fame, and renunciation. No one can rival Krishna. During his presence on earth, he demonstrated this through practical examples. Whether in knowledge, strength, love, or any other aspect of life, Krishna remained unmatched. His unparalleled excellence left no room for competition, highlighting his supreme and unique position in all spheres. The Srimad Bhagavatam declares, Krishna's to Bhagavan Swayam. Krishna is the original, supreme personality of Godhead, full in all six opulences. We also possess these opulences to a minute quantity, but Krishna possesses them to an unlimited quantity. Indirectly, we are searching for someone who possesses these six qualities. Whenever we are attracted to someone by their beauty, or their wealth, or by their fame, the attraction is not because of the person, but it's due to Krishna's energies being manifested in the person. As long as we see divinity in our partner, there is love. And as long as we don't see it, there are fights. If the same person who was most beautiful to us when they were living, when they die, we are no longer attracted to that body because the Atma, the soul, has left that body. And why the Atma is attractive is because the Atma is connected. It is part and parcel of the Supreme Paramatma, Krishna. Krishna says in the Gita, Aham Atma Gudakesha Sarva Bhutashaya Shtitaha Aham Adischa Matyam Cha Bhutanam Anta Evacha. I am the Super Soul, or Arjuna, seated in the hearts of all living entities. I am the beginning, the middle, and the end of all beings. Because Krishna resides in our heart as Paramatma, we are naturally drawn to anyone who exhibits even a small fraction of the six opulences which are manifested in him. Now let's analyze further the six attractive qualities of Krishna. Aishwaryasya, wealth. Why are we attracted to Elon Musk? Elon Musk is the CEO of Tesla and is the richest person and the richest man in the world with a net worth of $348 billion. However, we forget that Krishna is the ultimate possessor of wealth. He is known as Madhava, or the husband of the goddess of fortune. His opulence and wealth are unparalleled. Viryasya, strength. Why are we attracted to Anatoly? Anatoly is an Ukrainian powerlifter whose channels shot to fame with over 15 million fans on TikTok and YouTube. Though he weighs 78 kilograms, his deadlift personal record is 290 kilograms, while his squat personal record is 210 kilograms. However, we forget that Krishna is the strongest. At the age of 7, with his tiny finger, he upheld the Govardhan hill for 7 days to protect the Vijavasis from the devastating thunderstorm caused by Indra. Yasasa, fame. Why are we attracted to Cristiano Ronaldo? The football star reaches 30 million subscribers just 2 days after uploading his first video to YouTube. Cristiano Ronaldo is the world's most popular person on social media with some 917 million followers. However, we forget that Krishna is the most famous. As Lord Rama, who appeared over 18 million years ago, his legacy continues to inspire countless people. To this day, the concept of Ramarajya, the ideal, just, and divine rulership of Sri Rama, remains a benchmark for governance and leadership, demonstrating the Lord's eternal fame across ages. Triya, beauty. Everybody is after looking beautiful. The beauty industry generated 570 billion worldwide in revenue in 2023. However, who can resist the beauty of Krishna? He is the embodiment of perfection, captivating all who see him. It is said that beholding Lord Krishna is like witnessing a festival for the eyes. His beauty is so enchanting that it surpasses and defeats the allure of millions of cupids. Thus, he is lovingly known as Madana Mohana, the one who bewilders even Cupid with his divine charm. Jnana, knowledge. Everybody wants to be educated, and we start sending our children to school from as young as 3 years old to be ahead of the competition. The global education market is slated to reach an estimated 8 trillion in value by 2030. from 6 trillion in 2022. Einstein may not have been physically attractive, but he captivates millions with his brilliance and knowledge. However, Krishna imparted the greatest knowledge through the Bhagavad Gita. Even after 5,000 years, its wisdom continues to illuminate our lives, providing profound answers to timeless questions about existence and the ultimate purpose of life, which is not taught in schools. Vairagya, renunciation. Renunciation is also a very attractive quality. The Monk Who Sold His Ferrari by Robin S. Sharma is a global bestseller. More than 15 million copies of the book have been sold worldwide. One of Krishna's avatars, Lord Buddha, exemplified renunciation. His life and teachings on detachment and selflessness have inspired millions, attracting people worldwide to the path of renunciation. Hence, we are all searching for that all-attractive Krishna. God cannot be attractive for some and not for others. We mistakenly think that Krishna is an Indian god. But if you analyze all the 6 qualities logically, we can come to an absolute conclusion that Krishna is that supreme personality of Godhead. Lord Govinda is the supreme personality, unsurpassable, the topmost being, the unlimited Godhead. He is known as Krishna because he attracts everyone by his extraordinary transcendental pastimes. Cristiano Ronaldo, Anatoly, and Einstein may be attractive for someone, but not all. Unknowingly, we are searching for this all-attractive person in everyone we meet. Unfortunately, no one possesses all these qualities in their complete form, leaving our search unfulfilled. Arjuna's grandson was named Parikshit, which means examiner. He had the habit of examining everyone in search of the extraordinary personality he had seen before his birth. While still in the womb, Parikshit was targeted by the Brahmastra weapon of Ashwatthama. In response, Lord Krishna entered Uttara's womb to protect the child, saving his life. After his birth, Parikshit grew up with the habit of scrutinizing people, hoping to identify the divine personality who had saved him. However, he found no one equal to or more attractive than Krishna. This constant search kept him connected to the Lord through remembrance and devotion. At the end of his life, he heard the divine teachings of Lord Krishna from Sukadev Goswami during the discourse of the Srimad Bhagavatam. This profound hearing granted him ultimate liberation and boundless bliss as he connected with the Supreme Lord through bhakti, leading him to the highest spiritual realization. Similarly, like Parikshit Maharaj, we are all in search of this happiness, and this happiness is inseparable from love. We want to love someone who exhibits all the 6 qualities, and that is found in full completion, as we have established, in Krishna alone. So we are all searching after Krishna. And it is not only the 6 qualities that makes Lord Krishna all attractive, but it is how he uses that quality. He uses all this attractive quality out of compassion to save us from this cycle of birth and death. There may be people like Ravana who also had all those qualities, but he misused them to torture and terrorize the entire universe. So the most attractive quality that Krishna has is his compassion, his love. He uses the 6 opulences to bring us back to his lotus feet, and that is what makes Krishna so special. Hence, whether directly or indirectly, everyone is actually searching after Krishna. George Harrison, the famous musician from the Beatles, has expressed this sentiment in the foreword to the Krishna book written by Srila Prabhupada. Everybody is looking for Krishna. Some don't realize that they are, but they are. Krishna is God, the source of all that exists, the cause of all that is, was, or ever will be. And why is everyone searching for Krishna? As we have established in the beginning of the video, everyone is seeking eternity, knowledge and bliss. This Satchidananda is none other than Krishna himself, Ishvara, Parama, Krishna, Satchidananda Vigraha. And why do we want these 3 things? It is because we are part and parcel of Krishna, who is the ultimate source of everything. It is our natural birthright to be Satchidananda. Our life, knowledge and love is continuous and unending, but because we have disconnected from our our source, we are experiencing temporary existence full of ignorance and misery. Another reason why everyone is searching for Krishna is to experience rasa. Rasa means transcendental mellow or pleasure. We are all looking for this highest pleasure, but it cannot be found in material existence. Krishna is known as Rasovai Saha. He is rasa personified. The scriptures declare Rasam hi evayam labdvanandi bhavati. Indeed, upon attaining rasa, one becomes blissful. True happiness comes when one experiences rasa. Only Krishna can fully satisfy our longing for rasa, because he is the Supreme Lord, complete in all 6 opulences. Akila Rasa Amrita Murti, the reservoir of all pleasure. When we connect with him, all our hankerings and desires instantly cease as we experience the highest bliss. This is why Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, not only because he is full of 6 opulences, but also because no other form of God can provide the rasa that we are searching for. And he also has confirmed this in the Bhagavad Gita. Ye yatamam prapadyante tam stataiva bhajamyaham mama vartmanu vartante manusha partha sarvasaha. As all surrender unto me, I reward them accordingly. Everyone follows my path in all respects, O son of Pritha. So the fastest way we can attain this goal of love and happiness is to take the direct method as recommended in the scriptures. Rather than searching for love and happiness indirectly, we have to take shelter of the Shastras through the teachings of the bona fide spiritual master, and then we can understand how we can attain real happiness and love and peace. Now let's summarize everything that we have learned thus far in just one simple sloka written by Srila Jiva Goswami, which gives the real goal and purpose of life. The purpose of human life is the attainment of happiness and the elimination of pain. However, only with love for Bhagavan, there is the absolute attainment of happiness and freedom from suffering. We have already established that the goal of life is to attain happiness, Sukha Prapti, and elimination of suffering, Dukkha Nirvriti. We have also learned that happiness comes from love alone, and the highest happiness comes when we have developed love for God. We have also established the identity of God, who is Sri Krishna. Hence, Sri Jiva Goswami says, once love for Bhagavan is acquired, one remains situated in unending happiness beyond any contact with suffering. If we truly want to be happy, we need to re-establish our forgotten relationship with Krishna. And because we are ignorant of these facts, Sri Krishna descends to the material world to teach us. We are ignorant of 2 important facts. Number 1, who am I? Number 2, what is love? Because Krishna loves us unconditionally, he shared the teachings of the Bhagavad Gita to dispel the darkness of ignorance. Through the Gita, Krishna reveals who we truly are and guides us towards understanding our dharma. He reminds us that we are his eternal parts and parcels, and establishes that the highest purpose of life is to surrender to him and engage in loving devotional service, bhakti. Only when we have conquered the battlefield of Kurukshetra, we can enter into the realm of Vrindavan. Where the Bhagavad Gita ends, the Srimad Bhagavatam begins. From the Bhagavad Puran, we see how Krishna came to teach us what is love and how to love. Vrindavan is where Krishna revealed the essence of true love. Krishna taught the process of Bhakti Yoga in much greater detail in Bhagavatam. Bhakti has the power to attract even Krishna, who himself is the attractor of everything. Thus we must embrace the path of Bhakti to experience the highest love and happiness. Priti is the highest manifestation of Bhakti, and thus it is considered as the summum bonum of life. Krishna gave the message of love and the process of how to love in Vrindavan, and this is the purpose of life. Just as the Vrajavasis were attracted to Krishna, Krishna was attracted to their unconditional love, and there was an ever-increasing competition of loving exchange. Krishna wants to see that his devotees are pleased, and the devotees want to see that Krishna is pleased. This is the competition going on between Krishna and Radharani. By seeing Radharani's beauty, Krishna becomes pleased, and Radharani, when she sees Krishna, is very pleased. She feels very pleased. Radha Krishna Pranaya Vikitir Halladini Shaktirasmad. The loving affairs of Sri Radha and Krishna are transcendental manifestation of the Lord's internal pleasure-giving potency. Krishna also displayed unparalleled loving pastimes with his pure devotees in Vrindavan. Vrindavan is the abode of pure love. Even though Krishna lived only 11 years in Vrindavan, his activities and pastimes of love are sung and glorified profusely by devotees till this day. This is because Krishna distributed his unconditional love to his devotees. Vrajavasi lokera Krishne sahaja priti Gopalera sahaja priti Vrajavasi prati. The ideal place to execute Krishna consciousness is Vrajabhumi or Vrindavan, where the people are naturally inclined to love Krishna and Krishna is naturally inclined to love them. When Krishna was present in Vrindavan, he always remained in transcendental bliss, even from the beginning of his childhood pastimes. The killing of various demons like Agha, Baka, Putana and Pralamba were but pleasure excursions for him. In his village of Vrindavan, he enjoyed himself with his mother, brother, friends, and when he played the role of a naughty butter thief, all the associates enjoyed celestial bliss by his stealing. The Lord's fame as a butter thief is not reproachable, for by stealing butter, the Lord gave pleasure to his pure devotees. Everything the Lord did in Vrindavan was for the pleasure of his associates there. Krishna is supremely attractive in Vrindavan because of his unequaled beauty and the endless flow of all attractive pastimes. The overwhelming aesthetic emotions and experience found in Vrindavan is not found in the heart of the yogi or even in the kingdom of Vaikuntha where Narayana resides. This is the love and happiness we yearn for, a divine and eternal connection with Krishna. All worldly joys fall short when measured against the unalloyed love and boundless ecstasy found in the divine pastimes of Krishna with his devotees. Even Brahmananda, pleasure derived from impersonal Brahman realization, could not compare with even an atomic portion of the pleasure relished in pure devotional service. Hence, this is why Lord Krishna descends to teach us who we are, to teach us how to be happy, and to teach us how to love. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu taught that just by chanting the Hare Krishna Mahamantra, one attains the highest goal of life, which is developing love for Krishna. And by loving Krishna, one attains complete happiness and destruction of all miseries. It is the nature of the Hare Krishna Mahamantra that anyone who chants it immediately develops loving ecstasy for Krishna. By chanting the Hare Krishna mantra, one develops love for Krishna. By developing love for Krishna and engaging in his devotional service, one experiences the highest bliss, and one who has attained this bhava stage is no longer under the clutches of the illusory energy of suffering. So please, begin your journey into the path of bhakti. Immerse yourself in the Bhagavad Gita and dive deep into the Srimad Bhagavatam. Start chanting the Hare Krishna mantra and associate with the devotees of the Lord to experience everlasting love, peace and happiness. Hare Krishna.